I get to the airport that night, and I'm out there like a little groupie. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. So I'm looking and looking, and you know what I'm saying. And you know how these people is. They don't care about space, so you gotta shove and fight your way. So I get my way to the window because I'm a big burly dude. So I get to the window and I got the sign on the glass like, "Hey, baby, I love you," and in this cursive language with the heart and all this. It's like some kind of material, like a soft material, had the glitter spark. I went all out with this stuff. And I'm holding on the glass, and I'm just like, oh, yeah. And when you turn that corner, the look of frustration on your face, because you done traveled with 3 children, about
It wasn't but 2 children
it
at
was
that time.
two. You were pregnant, maybe? Maybe you were pregnant.
So. I don't
And 2 children, you had 8 bags or something. And, I guess you've been traveling 12 hours, 16 hours.
Yeah.
And you look so defeated. I was so ready to just, alleviate you of this burden and just lighten your load and lighten your day with this, this aberration, this expression of love that I had for you. And you turned that corner and you saw, and I saw when you saw, and nothing in you acknowledged anything I did. Nothing. And when you came out, I was still, excited and ready to just shower you with love. And you was like, "Hey, man, put that sign down, get these children, get these bags, I'm ready to go." Welcome to another episode of the Oneflesh podcast. I am your host, Brother Ra'i, a.k.a. Carrie, along with my lovely wife,
Brittany.
and we are
One
Oneflesh. Yes. you forgot? You like, I don't know.
For what?
Yeah. So, I ever tell you how much I love you?
Yes. Several occasions.
Several occasions?
Mm-hmm.
How often do you think I tell you that?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, every now and then.
Is it often enough, or would you think I should?
It's often enough.
So if I did it more, would you appreciate it more or less, or would it become annoying, or what?
I think it wouldn't be as special, put it like that. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Now ask me the same question.
How often do I tell you I love you?
Not often enough.
Duly noted.
Now, here's the thing, though. I don't care. Like, I don't really desire for you to tell me that on a regular basis.
But your answer not often enough indicates that it should be more.
I would think it would be. I don't know if it should be, but I would think it would be
But
more.
if you said not often, okay. But not often enough.
Case in point.
It's not enough.
Point taken. So I would ratify my answer. Can I say that? I'd like to ratify my answer and say not often. You don't say it often.
Okay.
It really.
I feel like I do.
Huh?
I feel like I do.
You do? When's the last time you think you told, or you remember telling me you love me?
I don't know, but I do tell you out the blue.
You don't remember the Do you really do it?
I do.
I'm not saying you
At
don't.
random times.
Here's the point I'm making is that as a man, I don't know. I don't keep track of it. It doesn't make a difference in my day or my life. I know you love me.
That's how I feel.
What? That
Like
I don't
your
have to say
actions
it?
speak louder than words.
So you feel like I don't have to say it, or do I have to say it, though?
I mean, every now and then is good, but ultimately I feel like you don't have to.
Well, when I say have to, I mean, if I didn't say it, would you feel a certain kind of way? Would you start to feel neglected or deprived in some way?
Maybe only when I thought about it, but I don't think I would think about it.
Because I say it periodically. I don't say, I mean, when you say, okay, so just to be clear, how often do you think I tell you that? Like, if you had to pick a number, put a number to it, how often do you think I do that?
Once every couple of weeks. Like, let's
Really?
say
Make me
2
sound like a
weeks.
simp.
2-3 weeks.
Really?
I think so.
I don't. Do I say that?
And same to you. I think I have the same frequency.
I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. Maybe you do. Maybe I just don't pay attention to it. I don't know. Maybe it's not. It don't stick. It's the same. I don't know. But uh, I guess what it comes down to, what I'm getting to, is what does love have to do with it? If I didn't say it to
Okay.
you, would it make a difference in our marriage?
I mean, if it was never, then I might feel a certain kind of way, but
Why?
if it's not, I don't know. I just feel like that's just something that I don't know. I guess if your actions say it, then you don't have to say it with words. And then also, what's a person's love language? What counts? If my love language is words of affirmation, then don't roll your eyes. Then it'll be more important to me to hear you say I love you versus if acts of service is my love language, then it would
This
be
uh,
more
uh, this love language. I mean, and not to say that it doesn't make sense, that it's not something to it, but I don't know. It's overdoing it to me. It's this love language and
it's
blah
not
blah blah.
overdoing it. I think it's
Whatever.
real.
Huh?
I think it's
I
real.
do think it's like I
For
said. I think it's
example,
something to it, but at the same time, I feel like as an adult, as a grown up, you adapt, you adjust, you deal with reality, and it's like um, your preferences don't trump another person's preferences, and everybody has preferences. And at the end of the day, you can't read minds. And this whole love language thing, most people don't even know their own love language. So how? So for example, what I mean, look, if we look at relationships 100 years ago, 50 years
hmm
ago, 40 years ago, where was all this love language that they used or that they understood that got that resulted in these 80-year, 90-year, 60, 70, 100-year marriages?
100-year marriage.
That's right. I said 100-year marriages. They existed somewhere down there. You
There's
get
a
the point.
couple of them.
Yeah.
Okay, there's
Okay.
a
So I'm
couple
saying,
of them.
but where was all this love language then? Because people are, even though we have all this understanding of love language today, marriages are not working. Divorces at an all-time
Yeah.
high. It has been increasing over the last probably about 40 years. So what good is the love language?
Okay. I think the whole idea of love languages is a framework. I think it's a good framework in order to discuss like how people give and receive love, and ultimately you have to get to know the person, like you said, and know their preferences. So, like for me, gifts is one of the love languages. But for me, I care nothing about. I won't say I care nothing about gifts, but
I would. I would. I stop. Buy you flowers and stuff. You be like, and I can see you try. You try. I come home with flowers. I come home with flowers, and you try to, you know, look like you care. Like, oh, thank you. What's the whatever? The flowers. 36 seconds later, the flowers is dead. Like, what
that's not
happened?
true.
Like,
It's not true.
like
For
I'll
me,
never forget. I'm gonna tell you what the nail in the coffin for me. I never forget. You know the story, right? You know what I'm about to tell.
I do not.
Yeah, you all right? So you you was in the States. Um, was it when Aiden was born or Savannah was? I forget. You had went to the States, and I think you went for a winter break or something during one of my winter breaks or something or something. You were in the States and I was here and I was working.
Okay, it was in the fall. Aiden
Fall.
was a baby.
It was, but it wasn't a normal trip. It was
No.
an extra trip that you took to the States, right?
Yeah.
So, how long were you gone? Do you remember?
I think 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
That time?
I was in Texas for 2 weeks and Georgia for 4 weeks.
My goodness. So I'm lonely. I'm missing my wife, and so I'm at work, and in the staff room where I was, I think I was the only male in that room.
Now I
It was
know where
all
this is
women,
going.
and so yeah, now you remember, right? So I'm missing my wife, and so I come up with this big elaborate um welcome home thing, right? She's coming home, so I go get this big sign made. I think I had like flowers and I
You
didn't
didn't get it made. You made it yourself, or
something I don't remember,
it
but I
was
did this whole thing,
hand
right?
drawn and
And the
everything.
women at my job, they were just they just melt. They was like, oh, she's gonna love it, and I wish my husband did this, and blah blah. And Mr. Jones, you so thoughtful, and da 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 da, right? So I'm like, this is like reaffirming that I'm on the right track. My wife's gonna love this, right? So I get to the airport that night, and I'm out there like a little groupie. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting. So I'm looking and looking, and you know what I'm saying. And you know how these people are. They don't care about space, so you got to shove and fight your way. So I get my way to the window because I'm a big burly dude. So I get to the window and I got the sign on the glass like, "Hey, baby, I love you," and in this cursive language with the heart and all this. It's like some kind of material, like a soft material, had the glitter spark. I went all out with this stuff. And I'm holding on the glass, and I'm just like, oh, yeah. And when you turn that corner, the look of frustration on your face because you done traveled with 3 children, about
It wasn't but two children
it
at
was
that time.
two. You were pregnant, maybe? Maybe you were
Maybe
pregnant.
so. I don't know.
And 2 children, you had 8 bags or something. And, I guess you've been traveling 12 hours, 16 hours.
Yeah.
And you look so defeated. I was so ready to just, alleviate you of this burden and just lighten your load and lighten your day with this, this admiration, this expression of love that I had for you. And and you turned that corner and you saw, and I saw when you saw, and nothing in you acknowledged anything I did. Nothing. And when you came out, I was still, excited and ready to just shower you with love. And you was like, "Hey man, put that sign down, get these children, get these bags, I'm ready to go." I was like, "What? Hey, nothing? No love, no hug, no nothing? Like nothing? Nothing? Like I can understand it but you nothing." And then when you got home, you kind of was like, "Baby, I'm sorry. I was just so frustrated. All right, I felt a little better. Felt a little better." I'm like, "Okay, I get it. You was going through a lot at the moment, so now you can step back and take." And so I gave it a sign and everything, and then that sign got balled up and put in the corner somewhere and collected dust for the rest of its life. Where is it at now? Who knows? What happened to that sign?
It's living a better life somewhere.
A dumpster is not a better life. You ain't even give it to nobody to say, "Hey, put it up on the wall." Nothing. Nothing. So that killed it for me. At that point, I said, "Okay, I didn't. I don't know if I knew about love languages at that moment, at that time, but I knew that I wasn't putting no more effort into that." So yeah, you ain't got gifts and all that. You ain't got to worry about. You ain't got to worry about no gifts or none of that. So, I love you, but
Oh,
I ain't buying no more gifts. And I'm gonna love you how I love you. Apparently that's enough, cause I had to learn. So, so I'm going back to the question: what love got to do with it? And the reason I'm asking this question is because I believe you're happy, right?
I am.
We're happily married.
Yes.
Okay. And some people have this perception. A lot of couples, a lot of women, I think, even a lot of men probably have this perception or this idea that you have to have. You want to open it?
Oh no, it's
Oh.
okay.
You have this perception that there has to be this feeling of love, this infatuation. I
Mm-hmm.
think people confuse infatuation with love. The butterflies and the passion and what I'm saying, all that excitement about another person. And if that's not there, then y'all not really in love, quote unquote, in love. And that if you don't have this, then the marriage is not where it's supposed to be. And there's a lot of, I think, romanticism in that. That's not based in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Love is good, and we love each other, but that being in love, I think, is where I'm kind of looking at. Also, I want to go into happiness,
Okay.
and because that's another thing I've heard a lot. He doesn't make me happy. She doesn't make me happy. I'm not happy, and so because a person's not happy in a relationship, they feel like that's a reason that this is not meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's a big issue. And I think, man, you talked about this early on, and I expressed this to you, and I think you kind of were already on that same level. Or you already had that understanding. But I'm not going to make you happy. I'm not going to try to make you happy. I'm not here to make you happy. Your happiness is your responsibility because I'm not going to burden you with making me happy. What you got a little concerned look on your face. Go ahead.
It's just so harsh. So you said,
It
I'm
is
not, I'm
harsh.
not gonna make you happy.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean,
I'm not.
I'm saying I'm not gonna make you. I'm not trying to make you happy. My focus, my goal is not to make you happy. Now, hopefully, I do make you happy, but that's your
No,
responsibility.
but
Your
I
happiness
mean,
is on you.
the way you saying it, like you ain't gonna do nothing to.
With the intent of making you happy.
No, but I think married couples should do things to make each other happy.
I think you should be happy with the things I do. I think it's the other way around.
Okay. Like, I mean, things that I know you appreciate, you know. I could, like, for one, I don't necessarily do this, but this is the first thing that came to mind. Okay.
Oh, okay, this ought to be good. I'll put my, yeah, go ahead.
So I know you're really into things smelling good, the house smelling good. And so I would mind to put forth effort to make sure the house smells good before you come home. You know,
Now you don't do this, but you have done that.
I have.
You've done it a couple of times. So let's look at that one.
And just these past couple of days, like I sprayed the room down yesterday and today to make sure it smelled good.
Yeah,
So things like that, like that's something I
I
know you
noticed that too.
appreciate.
I was like, it smells good in here. I
And
did notice that.
okay, thank you,
I
thank
didn't
you.
connect that you had did it, but I was like, it smells. What's that smell, man?
So
It
that's
stood
something
out.
that I know makes you happy, and so that's something that I have.
I don't know. I would say that makes me happy. It's something I prefer. You know,
Okay,
I like that. But
but that's an example of
here,
me
yeah. But here's the deal, though.
intentionally doing something.
I go out and I buy fragrances because I like fragrances. I make sure even if I don't buy, I make sure you buy. Hey baby, can you get some the oils and all this stuff? And then I'll make sure I have those things. And if you're not doing it, then I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do the oils, the what's called essential oils and the
Mhm.
oil diffusers. And I went out and bought those gigantic incense, right? And I like those every now and again, right?
Mhm.
Because if that's something that's gonna make me happy per se,
Mhm.
it's my responsibility. I can ask you to do it, but you're a full time mother, you're a full time house maker, homemaker,
Mhm.
full time wife. So these are preferential things,
Yes.
right? So it's not. I'm just saying I'm not gonna contemplate divorce because you don't keep the house smelling the way I want it to smell all the time. Most of the time, you ain't do it most of the time, but
Okay. But I think that, there are things that are necessary and then there are things that make life sweet, make life
yeah,
good. And I think it's beneficial for a marriage if each person were to be intentional and try to go out of their way to do things for the other person that they know the other person will appreciate or the other person will like. It just makes life better.